The Trump administration is reviewing the Biden administration's grizzly bear management plan released on January 8th. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service proposal consolidates recovery zones into a single distinct population segment across Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, and Washington, keeping grizzlies listed as threatened under the Endangered Species Act. Environmental groups back the plan, but Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho governors, along with hunting and agriculture groups, argue some populations have exceeded recovery goals and should be delisted. During his Senate confirmation hearing, Interior Secretary nominee Doug Burgum was questioned on grizzly management.
The service keeps moving these goalposts for delisting and returning these bears to state management where it absolutely belongs, like we've done with the wolves. The service set recovery numbers at 500 and 800 respectively for the greater Yellowstone ecosystem and the Northern Continental Divide ecosystem. The most recent estimate is now, best science, 2,100 bears in these two ecosystems. Governor Burgum, would you acknowledge that the data shows the recovery of these two populations and commit to working with me to delist them?
This is a super important issue. I know to Montanans, it's important to people also in Wyoming and Idaho. I'm with you. We should be celebrating when species come off the endangered species list, as opposed to fighting every way we can to try to keep them on that list, because, as you say, the complications. And the other thing you mentioned in your remarks is also the state. Having been a governor, I understand how dedicated the state fish and wildlife representatives are from Montana, from Wyoming, from North Dakota, South Dakota. I mean, all of the folks. As the chair of Western Governors, I came to understand how dedicated those state officials are. I think there's a belief that when they come off of federal protection that they're unprotected. No, they're managed as they are all the other species in the state by the locals who've got the closest data. So yes, I pledge to work with you on this issue.
This week, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service canceled public meetings originally scheduled to discuss the plan, citing the need for the Trump administration to review the proposal. The public, though, can still submit written comments online through March 17th.